Hello, my name is Swiss Bianco. In this video I will talk about Switzerland. It's gonna be a series of videos because I feel there is the need to make such videos, as many people in USA ask me how it is over there. Most of them do ask all the time the same questions. Basically they get it that I'm not from USA, quite likely by the accent, and then ask some specific questions like how it is over there, why did you end up in USA or on the countryside in USA, and it's quite a long story about this, but in general in this video I will go about the basic information about Switzerland. And unfortunately Switzerland is not like quite likely most of the US people think how it is, like they saw it in TV or in the internet. Of course the nature is there with all the mountains and valleys and rivers and all that. That of course is like in USA too, but if you look a bit how they make the videos, the movies, the nature is there, but it's also many times a bit more trickery or hiding of nearby less nature things, like in Switzerland there is mountains and you think, yeah, it's with farmhouses and Alp with cows and Heidi style and all that, but right next to it is a big factory or concrete houses, modern houses, you know. Just it doesn't look always like the nature if they just show you part of it and not the full view. Back then, as I grow up, we had a famous show in Switzerland that did come to the little village where I did grow up, and there first time with my consciousness I saw what that can do for damage, because that show was completely shown in whole Switzerland, and they did basically only film a couple people that did traditional music there and some farmhouses and a bit a nice nature, but not right next to the farmhouses, the concrete buildings, the factories and all that. So if you would not know that little village and you would only see that little film they did, you would have get a complete different impression of how it actually is there. And that is in many parts true, as you see informations in USA and you think, oh yeah, I know how that is over there, and quite likely you never were there actually. So basically you don't know pretty much nothing at all. Even if you go there as a tourist, you are quite likely guided to only the nice places and the nature, and this is good and right because you are a tourist and you wanna have something nice for your money. And Switzerland is pretty expensive compared to USA for living, for travel, for food and all that. So that is completely fine. And that remembers me right now on a village where I did work for a while, right by the mountains, and there always the tourists were there, and basically the pictures you see with all the nice mountains and all the lake, that is only made in a certain time and usually if we have 10 days, there is maybe 1 or 1.5 day where the weather would be really nice to allow such pictures. And then if they are professional photographers, of course, they do that maybe over the time of a year, and then they select the best of the best pictures for advertising, and that's what you see. And that is not correct, that is not the truth, that is an illusion. So I just wanna say it's double-sided. In Switzerland it's the same illusion they show you about USA, with all the craziness. Basically they tell about the US people, they are completely crazy, and that is not correct, because with my background I was born and raised in Switzerland. I lived unfortunately over 40 years there, and now good 7 years in USA, and prior that I did come every summer as long as I could for over 10 years. That was over 10 years took the time to get the green card to finally emigrate. So I'm in a position, a rather unique position, to tell you how it really is, because I have basically 2 lives and it's still moving on, and I saw a lot of things in my life. Of course not everything, but still I can judge a little bit how it is in USA, and for sure how it is in USA. Now USA is big, and there is many differences, of course, and in Switzerland a little bit too, but Switzerland has the size of Los Angeles. So for USA that is absolute tiny. Plus Switzerland has a lot of mountains, as we know. They are there and real, and therefore the people can't do farming there or build houses or manufacturing plants and all that. So the actual space is really tiny in Switzerland. And to more specific details we come in future videos. I will do a series of this. This is just for a basic overlook. And to start with, so forget what you know about Switzerland. Even if you are there, you just saw a slice of it, and for sure it's not like that. It's in a different way. How that all work by now, 2014, unfortunately, and the Switzerland that I did know from back then, as I did grow up, is pretty much destroyed. It did all go away and was replaced with a different system, step by step, and those steps still go on. For Swiss people that may listen to this video, I can honestly say it needs consciousness, it needs experience, it needs time and interest in such things, in history, in life in general, in humans, in talking with different humans, to see how they feel, how they look at things. And the US people in general are not different than the Swiss people, or quite likely other European people, because they only want to work a bit, get a bit of money, have a bit of family, and basically a life, and don't bother other people or be bothered. And it's many times the government that is a bit in a different way, unfortunately less positive, and there is where a lot of problems in this world starts. That much about the first basic information video about Switzerland. then in the following videos I will talk about specific parts, how it is.